Hey guys, Uncle J here, back for an update. We are in Space Engineers, and I am standing on the Xebon battlecruiser. I've gotten about, I want to say 95% of the outside done. I'm sure there's a few things I've missed, screwed up, or just completely forgotten about. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick tour around the outside, see what I've done. And the inside, well, the inside's a complete mess, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I wish I did was completely gut the inside first. I mean, everything. The floors, the walls, everything. So if you're gonna take on this project, and I suggest you start there. So let's get into it. Alright guys, here is the front of the ship. I think it turned out pretty well. As you see, I got rid of the window, finished out the spotlights, some blast door edges in case we get rammed or have to ram someone. There's a little bit of protection there. We got some blinky lights, a camera, and we got fangs. We have a mouth. I was going to fill in all those red blocks white, and the more I looked at it, I'm like, wait a minute, it's kind of like it's kind of looking like the king crab from MechWarrior 5, the kaiju paint job. And I'm like, you know what? That's what we're going to go with. And I added some fangs. Of course, it almost has a spider kind of look to it, doesn't it? Like all those lights could be eyes, thrusters. Yeah. More like a spider. But let's take a look here at the railgun. Oh, my horrible spectator camera usage. I changed it up a little bit. I took the reactors off the back and I put them on the side. So we have 2 reactors on each side, and there's 3 batteries. It's kind of like a cross between greebling and functionality. So the railgun always has power stored and usage right at the railgun. Whether or not that makes it work any better, I doubt it. I've actually never used a railgun on any of my builds. This is actually my first custom turret. I haven't even put down the custom controller yet. I'm really fashionably late to the party. Very late. I did change this up a little bit. There is an extra layer of glass, a little control room. That'll be like the auxiliary railgun control. And as you can see, I got the thrusters plumbed up. The inside's a mess. We'll get to the inside later. The underside is the least weaponized, I should say, but it's not defenseless. These interior turrets, I think I'm going to have them target small grid, only because of the lack of firepower underneath. But we still have 2 assault turrets. I'm sorry, 2 artillery turrets, 3 assault turrets, 2 Gatlins, and a missile turret. But the Gatlins are kind of close to each other, a little closer than I want. But I couldn't think of anywhere else to put them without having to do a major redesign. And as you can see, we have 12 large hydrogen thrusters and a bunch of little ones. And this ship is still slow. This ship is, I'm not gonna lie, she is a slug. But it is a lot better than what it was, I'll tell you that. Also, now the design I went for with the weapons is localized ammo storage. So if there's an ammo explosion, It's localized to that turret. There's going to be no ammo storage inside whatsoever. So for every turret, there is a small cargo container labeled with the ammo, and then behind that is going to be a sorter labeled and sorted with that ammo. So if you're going this route, expect to spend a lot of time in the menu labeling everything. My advice is do it while you place the block. Put down your cargo block, label it the ammo type, put your turret down, label its location, and just go from there. Because if you wait to do it all at the end, you're going to get frustrated. It's going to take you hours, especially on something scale this size. So those are my words of wisdom for a project this size. Now, greebling. There is some greebling. I didn't want to go no greebling, but I didn't want to go overboard on the greebling because it's a battle cruiser. It's going to be in combat. It's going to get shot up. More greebling, it's just more stuff you have to fix, right? Now, there was no docking ports on this ship whatsoever, so we have 3 top ports, which can be either the fighters can temporarily dock on top for quick access, cargo ship, a station with a docking arm. I extended the solar panels and I added oxygen farms. That way, you know, it's more run out of ice, emergency life support. There's some oxygen. And we have our nav lights. Of course, I can't do a ship this size or any size without proper navigation. But yeah, even with all these thrusters back here, she's still slow. And that giant hole up there, that is going to be our main entrance for getting in and out, our main airlock. Coming here, we can see the lights. We have run-up lights. We have our orientation flags, so that way you know which way the ship's facing, whether you're upside down in relation to the ship. We have our... Actually, they should... Oh, no, I'm a spectator, so the lights aren't going to spot me, but the searchlights are set up to target friendlies, neutrals, small grid, and I think large grid. So as you come up, the spotlights will pick you up and guide you in or follow you, you know. Personally, I think it's kind of creepy, but... I have a sensor here for the door that will be installed on Tuesday. Isn't that what they always say? Be installed on Tuesday? I'm trying to remember what show or movie that's from, but... And then we have our flight assistant stick, I guess. As you come in, you will back up your ship. That top spot I will probably leave for an LCD that says stop on a sensor, so you get so far, that lights up, and then you know not to back up any further. And then we have 2 parking spots and a parking spot at the launch tube. So I think I'm going to equip this with 6 of my Hawk fighters, which themselves aren't finished. And the as you can see, the shield gen, well, there's a shield gen and a shield controller. The Dark Star defensive shield mod, that's missing. But I'll have to sort that out. I think I'm going to replace all this heavy armor with light armor now that I got that mod. So that will help with this fighter. We got 4 rocket pods, 2 Gatlins, and I don't remember what that is. Salt cannon, maybe? One of the small grid cannons. And why aren't you lit up? because it's not plumbed. Okay. I guess we're on the inside now. And as you can see, it's just a big mess. I threw down a whole bunch of temporary lighting for you guys for ease of recording and just working. But I suggest ripping out this whole floor. This side isn't ripped out, but this side is. And it's just a mess. But it's going to be necessary to make it easier to put thrusters in, lay everything and plumb everything. And right now everything is just kind of going which way, whatever. And as you can see, I've added a whole bunch more gyros. And I'm keeping them a different color than the original ones. Well, I paint the whole ship one color first, but just for reference, to make it easier, see what I've added. I got some hydrogen tanks tucked away. I need to add some more. I'm not sure how much hydrogen a ship this size is going to need versus usage. I honestly don't know. Right now we only have 2 of the large reactors. The 2 of them I accidentally deleted. They were kind of just floating. They're just floating anyway, not hooked up to anything. And I can hit the power limit on this so far. But we come into here. This is the only section I really kind of worked on. A little airlock, survival kit. And then this little forward auxiliary fire control. And I did add a upper airlock back here. Which is not finished, but the ship needed access. Let's just face it, you're going to need to add airlocks to the ship. Now, word of advice. Don't put guns everywhere. Only because if you want to use it in survival against your friends or on a server, you want to be able to the ship to have some kind of vulnerability. On this one, I think the back is probably going to be the safest approach. I'll probably have an interior turret at the rear airlock, but this back lower half is the ship's Achilles heel. I think it's important that something this size should have a weak spot, kind of like the Death Star, but that's a whole other subject. You figure a ship this size, you're going to have minimum escort of 2 destroyers and 4 corvettes. Minimum. You're not going to operate the ship by itself. It's going to be in a fleet. But what else should we got? What else should we go over, guys? What am I missing? What am I missing? There's a bunch of decoys. And they're near weapons, so they should work the way they are, because decoys got changed up. So if you have a decoy in the middle of nowhere, it's not going to do anything. But if you put it near objects that you're trying to protect, they will do their job. I am going to add I have added some welders in here and there. I'm not going to go crazy with the repair, but just enough to help the ship functional, bare minimum, I guess would be the easiest way to say. But as you can see, I have a lot of work to do on the inside. In fact, the inside is going to take the longest. It's going to be the worst out of everything, but it's a fun project. I like it. I'm happy. The shields, that one shield that was I mentioned in the other video, I probably had to use about 10 merge blocks in different areas to reattach it. It was, yeah, I screwed that up somehow. So I fixed that. But here, this is my update so far. This is where I'm at. I actually really want to get this done. I've been working on it last 3 days. I want to say 5-6 hours, maybe. You know, put something in the background like a show while it's background noise while I'm kind of working on it. Look up, watch the show for a little bit, and kind of go at it while I'm having ideas. The bridge or the command center is going to be deep inside, right smack in the middle. These like the whole upper command area and hallways, I think I'm just going to leave them empty, or I'm going to probably just pack them with welders and thrusters. In fact, I think I'm going to put a lot of interior hydrogen thrusters inside this ship for added mobility, and the actual crew area is going to be very limited. In fact, I think the majority of the ship is just going to be open, dead space, maintenance areas. I think that's the best way to manage the weight to thrust ratio. It's just to leave a lot of it just open, dead space on something this size. Maybe compartments to help with stray bullets. So that's my take. That's my advice. That's, you know, take it, leave it. Tell me I'm full of shit down in the comments. Tell me, hey, great job. But just communicate, you know? Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something I should do different. I'm not perfect. But thank you guys for watching. This is Uncle J, and hopefully next time you see me, it'll be finished.